bestowed. I ain't here for hype, I'm here for facts. Tactics sharp like legendary attacks. When I speak on heroes, whole server reacts. Master styles got stats on stats, so tune in, lock in, no time for fear. Insight gaming, the truth leaves here. Hit that bell if you want it clear. Strategy, mindset, every single tier. This is insight, built different, built real.
So, with the ending of the 3-year anniversary event, it's gone, right? It was here, came, it's gone. Now we're moving on to the new awakenable hero. And of course, guess who it is? Bergman. The first of the boys to get an awakening. Wow. Didn't think I'll see today, but one of the boys get an awakening. So, yeah. Very interested to see how he is, right? I looked at it briefly. Just don't like that he doesn't crit on his ultimate. But we'll do some summonings, see what they got going on over there, look at the events. And of course, try to answer the question, should you bring him to Awaken 5 or is he worth the investment? That's a better point there, because again, before we even hop into all of that, we got to take a look at the tank team. So as of right now, this is the tank team that I've been running, right? And with the awakening, well, actually with the new hero being introduced, others may go this way, right? Because you want to keep the other 3 awakenable heroes plus the awakenable support, right? You could possibly remove her and go this way, of course. Also, hear this question: what happens if you don't have Connor? Then you're pretty much stuck with that. And you can go back to Panda possibly, right? And still run this one here, right? This could be a potential team here. Some of the other units are staples as of recording, because I know you may potentially look at this in the future and say, why are you recommending such heroes? They're possibly outdated. But again, this is a possibility to run if you don't have Connor. And of course, if you don't want to run Panda because you already have his support, you can put in Wygor. Wygor gives the whole team 20% increase to their max HP, which is only going to make them better. Tanks love that, right? So again, let's just leave it this way for right now. And I like that new support there. She actually helps them out because the stun is so long. It gives them time to get in close, right? But we'll save it for here. And then let's actually go take a look at the events before we hop into the summoning, of course. Events. Oh, yeah, they do have an event. So sign in here. You get some additional rewards. I wish I could do something else, right? But what can you do? It's what you get. Return to the Giant Tower, of course. You're going to have this Soul Crystal for Bergman. Copies of him. You want to do 200 if you have the tickets. We also have Uguay and the 3rd slot prototype for the tanks. Not bad. If you've been saving these, I've been saving it. I don't think I'm ever going to use these again. Only way I would use it again is if they drop a brand new prototype. Hero Rally, pretty much the same. Do up to 500. You can utilize Advance and limited tickets to do that. We also have Holy Land Contract, which we'll take a look at. Unfortunate that they didn't add Holy Land Contract. I can't even get it out. The last iteration, they completely missed out on that. So you missed out on an extra Awakened Crystal for, what is her name? Danix, right? And they also added who in here? Who's added to this? Alu. I already have it Awakened 7. So if you want to build out of your Alu, there's your chance. So let's hop over to the summoning here. See what we got. Hopefully they're all at Immortal 5 and I can summon for the new hero. And yeah, Smith, not bad. Not bad at all. Smith and Bergman for a newer account. If you're on week 4 possibly, I'd go for Smith, right? Very new account. I don't think you get the option to do this, but if you're at a point where you can do it, Bergman's not bad, right? He'll help you out in early game content. So would Smith, Zamira, not so much because you'll need vanguards, and she's not one of the better supportive healing units. That's kind of the way I see it. So let me grab my 50th. Oh, so I thought it was 50th Gene Hybrid. They got Billy in here. So for a newer account, if you have this, pick up Billy, right? Billy is the bully for a newer account. So let's just do 200 here. It'll bring me down to 432. Let's keep that in mind. Reason why I'm doing 200 because the first 80 gets you your first soul crystal copy of Bergman soul crystal, and then the other 120 will get you another copy of the soul crystal. So let's get to it and see what we get. All right, so she's at immortal, no extra copies. So let's see how we do here. No guarantees, right? Wishlist banner is guaranteed at 60. Here there's no guarantee. Could get something, could get nothing. But we're gonna start out with a banger, right? We're gonna start out at 30, and since they're gonna be so generous, they're gonna give me a triple, right? Because I've done it before. Pulled the triple before. Double? No? Okay. Keep going. But at least we got one copy out of it, right? Worst come to worst, we got a copy. And this is an elite double. Yeah, sure. There you go. That's for doubles. Remember, when you ask them for things, you need to be specific. So, give me a double of the new hero when you're asking for things. Just keep that in the back of your mind. And this here should be the new hero, right? Got to be specific. No. Okay. I'm keeping track of my numbers here. I don't need to back out. I know I need to get down to 432, right? So 100 more tickets to go. New hero. No. Okay. A lot of elites being shown here. Anytime now. Maybe it's time to back out. After this one, I'm backing out. Nope. Oh, again, another double, by the way. And just to rub it in my face, they'll probably give me a triple, right? Triple is possible. Yeah, I know. I say it. But a last minute double there. 2 copies of the new hero. Not backing out yet. Let's keep going. Let's see how we do here. And yes, no. There should be another one. Yeah, no. Okay. 30 left. Okay. Last one here and final. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. You want to know why it's not bad? Because again, outside of dropping 200 tickets for only 3 copies, right? And they sent me 2 doubles that had nothing to do with the new hero. Well, one did and the other one didn't. But you got to remember, this banner is not... Let me say that again. You got to remember, this banner does not guarantee you any copies, because you could literally go 200 for 0, to be honest. So be grateful that... Why was there an extra one there? That we ended up getting at least... 3 copies for 200. Is that the greatest odds? No. But again, if it was a wish list banner, you'd probably get double that. But so like I mentioned, 80 for the first copy there, and then another 120. And if you want to go further than that, you need to drop another 120 to get another one. So let's bring him up to 5 and then take a look at what he brings to the table. All right, here comes the Bergman, first of the boys to get an Awakening. Interesting. So of course, the typical increase your max HP, attack, and defense. Right. But it looks the same. Right? Did they fix his image in the middle? It was always off centered. Let's just do this. It's gonna play the animation again after the fact. Of course, damage reduction were the same. I seem like his color looks a little different. A little bit. Nope, he's still off centered. He looks a little bit different, but let's see what we get here. So it says kinetic feel enhancement. After the start of battle, automatically activate this skill. What is that? And that's why I say I wish this one, I think this one has to do with, is it this one? Yeah. Bergman deploys a feel around himself which recovers HP. Okay. That's weird. So he starts with it. Okay. The duration of the field, it explodes. I didn't even know it explodes. Dealing damage to all enemies in the area equal to 20% of. Why didn't they do that? So that was already there. I never knew it did that. I didn't even know it explode and stun for 4 seconds. How comes I never seen this? But at least now he starts it off, and they should have expand how big it is, right? That would have helped, right? Give him something. That's all they gave him is the feel automatically activates, immediately activates the skill. Okay, does he still have to do the animation to activate it? All right, well, at least he starts out with the healing, increase to attack. Why? What is he doing with attack? Okay, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to, and plus I need to do that for the missions. Okay, so he charges forward to the largest cluster of enemies, like that already, grabbing all targets along the path to the end. It sounds like more like PvP. I wish it couldn't be interrupted. That would be nice. He then swings his hammer in the selected direction. Okay, that's weird because if he's on auto, it should be in the direction of the most targets. Okay, dealing damage to all surrounding enemies equal to 100% of max HP. 100%. Wow. Dispel invincibility effects from targets, not shields. That's weird. Doesn't it naturally? Okay, see, this is a missed opportunity here because naturally it dispels the shield from the initial target. So why not make it all targets? Also pulling enemy targets forward and knocking them down. Okay, this damage can be critical. Bergman's next 3 basic attacks are replaced with crushing wave. Okay, sure. What does that look like? They changed his blade. It didn't look like that before. Okay, so let's see it. Let's see the difference here. They only changed his blade. That's all they did for. Oh wow, it looks massive now. Oh my goodness, look like it's hurting his back. Wow. Okay, and he's still off-centered, right? Yeah, blade looks great. Just wish they would have did something. Give him a little bit of color, right? You could have made him yellow or something. A little bit of highlights, something, right? But at least we got a bigger hammer. Sure. What else does he get later on? Okay, what is this? So it says, oh, the kinetic field. Okay, during the duration of the kinetic field, each time Bergman receives damage, he restore HP equals 2% of max HP. But the kinetic field also does that. This recovery is not affected by healings, right? Buffs or debuffs. What does that mean? And also deal 100% of damage received to a target. What? Wait, so he, in the beginning of the fight, he procs his field, and then all of the damage that he's getting, he dishes back to the target? Huh. Wow, that sounds interesting. And then it says Bergman's max HP is increased by 200%. What? Wait. I just read something there. 200%, right? And then in PvP mode, additionally gains 90% crit resist and 75% critical damage reduction. Okay, so crit resist is different from crit damage reduction. What is crit resist? They don't explain that stat. But that 200% increase to max HP sounds crazy because, again, when we look at this kinetic field here, it says that it's going to dish out 20% of his max HP. And how much HP does he have? I don't even have gears on him yet. I don't. And he's already here. So, matter of fact, let me put some gears on him because, again, I need to move some stuff around and see what he's looking like. All right, so I'm so tempted, right? I am so tempted to bring this guy to Awaken 7. Like, I want to see that. But he's one of the boys, though. So we have to treat him differently. I would need what, 4 more? How much more do we have? 4 more. I could risk it, and it will leave me with 2, 4, 6. I don't know. He's one of the boys, though, right? He is one of the boys, so he does have. Let me just think about it. Matter of fact, let's go through 5. I don't want to jump to 7 yet. We'll bring him to 7 eventually. Just hold me to that, right? Let me know in the comments. Spam A7 Bergman in the comments, and I'll do it. The thing is, I want to see how he is at 5, because most people are not going to jump to 7. So you got to think about those other people that are not going to do that. So again, HP looks great, 14.4 million at 5. Okay, at 7, he's gonna jump. What else does he get? He gets, okay, accuracy. Why? What does he need accuracy for? Nothing. We could have gotten another thing of HP right there. That would have been beautiful. But okay, all right. Let's take him into battle as support, and then do this. We're gonna get our ultimate, but we want to wait till res come out. Oh, there he is. Then we missed it. We missed it. So the objective there was to try to get res to go into Canis when he comes out. He's gonna come out again. Hopefully we get our ultimate by then. Missed it again. My goodness, why does he like Wygor so much? But that was kind of the objective there. But let's see what he does here. I think at 7, he's gonna end up doing more damage, because think about it. His well, we don't need it no more. His HP is going to be increased by 200%. Connor's cooking already, interestingly enough. But Wygor is doing, is he as big as he can be? Right? It looks like it. Wygor is doing more damage than him. Wygor is a mortal 5, and I think, oh no, he's not as big as he can be. Okay, let's make him bigger. That's what's going on. And who's he fighting? I don't know who he's fighting. He's fighting air over there. Okay. So the damage doesn't look that crazy here at 5. Well, for me personally, I don't know why I put that into Canis. Canis is already big enough. Okay. The damage don't look too crazy. And Wygor is somehow out DPSing him with no gears. Is that the cheat? Is that the hack? Wygor with no gears? Is that the meta now? Because realistically, I don't remember Wygor doing 1 billion damage. Right? Like, what happened there? Maybe that's the hack, you know? Giving Wygor no gears. That might be the juice right there. Can we go back to that real quick? Yeah, because for some reason, the Bergman wasn't doing much. He wasn't. Damage wise, he got out DPS by Wygor with no gears. I didn't intentionally mean to do that, but again, that's what happened. So now let's actually hop over to Holy Land contract. See if we can get it right this time. This time we might be able to get it right. Let's see. And gotta turn this on. Okay. We get it right away. And where is Rez? Oh, there he is. Can we get it? No, he missed us again. You don't like Canis, huh? Well, it's single target here, so it's not gonna be multiple targets. And I think Rez is coming. I'm waiting for Rez. Here comes Rez. Can we get it? No. How? How did you miss Canis? Okay. So Wygor is still in there. Let's see if Wygor out DPSs him again. Okay. And still again, Rez showing Canis no love. The whole intent is for Rez to inject the ultimate, well, the energy into Canis. Kara, that's not Kara, that is Orton. Orton gets bigger. And where is he? He's doing a little bit better here. Obviously, you know, Connor is Connor. I think maybe sitting Wygor and then going to Panda potentially could be the way to go. But here, Wygor does a lot less damage, so it seems like he does better with multiple units. And here you can see the comparison. Orton's better here for some reason. It varies. Tanks, they're very inconsistent for me personally, because it's like depending. Well, some heroes are the same way. They do better in AoE situations. I shouldn't say inconsistent, but here it seems better, right? Not nothing crazy, right? Not putting up trillions, but at least he can put up a billy. I'll give you that. So again, you have to look at what Connor does, right? What did Connor do? Connor did 250 and he did 26. But look at Wygor, look at Orton, and of course, Canis putting up what? A whopping 9.7 out DPS in Wygor. Wygor has no gears, but in AoE situation, he does a trillion damage. Make it make sense, right? So again, not bad, because if you don't consider Connor, he does the most damage, right? Second, yeah. But again, all right, let's take on the Hunters with Alistar and the new Hunter-based support. Again, can we get in close? I didn't even realize that Dilemma removes layers. Yeah, she does. And I meant to look at the damage here. And of course, Kara. Let's see. Let's just see what's happening here. That one wasn't that tough. Okay. Right. Kara, Awaken 10. Connor, Awaken 10. Okay. Alright, let's see how we do against a stronger tank team. Kind of want to make that switch, because it was annoying to deal with, but let's just see how they do first, right? Which could be annoying, and they're already getting their ultimate off for some reason. Ours didn't go off, and it's tough. He's about to die. He's already dead. No revival, no cheat death, no coming back. And Connor's already dead, and the rest of the team is going to die. No matter how much HP Kara can steal, still going to end up dying. Kara versus a whole team is in trouble. Steal HP again. Okay. Cool. Well, the problem here is that you're going to end up dying because you can't do anything about the knockdowns. And we're fighting spirits. Well, they're fighting spirits, but, it's expected. All right. Oh, boy. This is going to be annoying. Serve, Deji, LB, Connor, Sekai, Areolas. Just sounds like a bag of annoyance, and I'm pretty sure they have energy down, a lot of energy. You're basically not gonna have any energy, and they're gonna have their full energy, right? Yep, they get their energy. Again, not having anything to do, like, to help me against energy. Like, what was the point of this awakening, by the way? Maybe at 7, but at 7 it's still not gonna do anything. I'm already getting destroyed. Like, I need an answer for Sekai. That's what I need, right? The tanks, they're gonna get beat up by energy. Seikai's over there, and I'm pretty sure it's her. That's her doing, right? Well, LB was there too. Apparently, he likes to join in on the fray. There's nothing we can do against that. If we're not gonna do anything against that, we're most definitely not going to do anything against this, right? Which is not. Rushing in without having the ability to be uninterrupted would have been great. Like, him being able to rush in would have been great, right? Here, we can go to res, but again, our support gets burnt up. They just get destroyed. Alu, maybe we'll switch to Alu. She'll die. Maybe we get some additional HP. Just put her up front. She end up dying. We at least get the extra HP there. But having Alu turns one of them into, well, we can't even get our ultimate off, right? Imagine if the field prevented that. Again, another tank hero that has the ability to ignore any HP manipulation, well, while he's in the field, his it seems like his HP cannot be manipulated, right? But not energy, right? To be immune to that, wouldn't that have been great? That would have made more sense. But again, it is what it is. Didn't we beat this team before? I swear we beat this team before. Right. Yeah, we did beat this team. All right, Kara's gonna end up dying. I want to run it back again. Now it's coming back to me. Let's go here and try the new hero with them and see if that's the concoction that we need. Okay. Honestly, I'm looking at it, right, and I'm just like, okay, they get a little confused there. She's in the mix, but she's just not doing anything. And the other problem is Seikai, right? Because Seikai, actually, she's drawing the attack. Seikai. If we could just do something about Seikai back there, we would be good, right? But it seemed like, I'm not gonna lie. Well, it looked good for like 2 seconds there, but there's nothing we can do about layers. Nothing. So we leave it at that, and then we'll go back to Bergman. Okay, Bergman being awakened, cool, kudos, yes, love the fact that one of the boys got an awakening. But again, with the kinetic feel, I just wish it would have been a thing where if you're under the field, your energy cannot be reduced, right? Like no effects outside of that. Like, the energy team, their prototype, third star prototype, reduces your energy, right? That's one thing too, right? Again, the charge that he does, why isn't it immune to being interrupted? You gave it to LB, so it's a possibility. I just think he should have got that. That just makes sense. He doesn't charge that much. He's only going to charge for that one situation where he's doing the ultimate, right? And then after he does his ultimate, he's just there pounding, doing this move, right? That's what he's doing the whole time. And the fact that you gave him the ultimate to remove invincibility, why not shields? I'm just saying, like, if you're going to do it right. To be honest, right? Like, the possibilities are there. Like, you just didn't tap into it. So again, maybe at 7, right? 7, where he gets the 200% increase to his max HP, sure, right? Is that going to really help? Possibly. Here to feel, it takes damage, and I might have to bring him to 7, but that there sounds interesting. Is he going to reflect that damage? 100 also 100 deals 100% of the damage received to the attacking target. I think 7 might be the way to go. Yeah, to see that, is that going to be effective? But I don't think he's going to work well with the other tank unit, because again, right, think about it. If he needs a feel for this to happen. See, he needs to be underneath the field, right? During the duration of the field, which you didn't increase the duration. That's also another thing, right? Yeah, so the field has to be active, and also damage received. Yeah, if the field has to be active for this to activate. So it sounds great, but there's no increase to the duration of the field. There's no expansion on the field. Think about all the other possibilities that we could have had. Kara got his field extended, right, by Lord knows how long, like pretty much a whole PvP fight. The field is up. You can't charge through it, right? I'm just saying. It's like, come on now. His ultimate should have removed shields from all targets and layers and invincibility. He's one of the boys. So again, right now at 5, I'm just saying, I use them. Damage isn't that great. Maybe I have to go back and look at gears, right? Potentially. Maybe I'm missing something. Could give him some more HP, of course. These are not his gears. He doesn't need accuracy. Don't know why he has. Of course, I'm very critical here because he's one of the boys. This is why I'm so critical, right? accuracy in his potential. Why? What do we need accuracy for? He doesn't use accuracy. That's HP. What a waste of a slot, right? So again, I know somebody's gonna ask, HP, HP, HP. I'm just annoyed. I'm really annoyed. I'm very disappointed so far in this one. Maybe at 7 is where we'll see the difference, but for right now, I'm just disappointed in this. The potential could have been there, but wow, why they gotta do my boy like that? So again, if you made it this far in the video, the word of the day is disappointment. So far, I'm just disappointed in this awakening. Maybe at 7, we'll see something different. Now I'll bring him to 7 and then test it out and then make another video about him at Awaken 7. So if you're new around here, we're on our way to 2,000 subscribers. We're very close. 21 as of recording. Probably will change, but we're getting there. We're entering cycle 3 of the YouTube channel, where a lot is to come. So what do you get for subscribing? Updates, guys, tier list, first looks, potentially new games. I cover different games on this channel, just so you know, for those that don't know. But those that are rocking with me, let me know how you feel about the awakening of Bergman at Awaken 5. So without further ado, I want to thank you for watching. Till the next video, peace.